Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome back to Newbreed Film Reviews. We got a foursome right now. Four people on the podcast. So my name's Dave. Bry's on the podcast.
What's going on?
Paul's on the podcast. Paul's back. Paul's back in his mug.
That's 2 times in a week.
Gil's on the podcast.
What's up? What's up?
And this episode, I hope I don't screw this up, bro. I'm sorry. We're going to talk about...
I've only told him like 5 times, so we'll see if he gets it.
And text and Facebook. This episode is going to be our top 5 2015 movies of last year. Because 2015 just ended. So we're going to talk about our top 5. And then we're going to just talk about how many movies we've all seen, the 2015 releases, and maybe touch on the worst ones. Maybe. I don't know. So who wants to kick this one off?
So we'll start with 5. So we'll start 1 through 5, like we all talked about with our initial list. Is we all had ones that we kind of bumped off and we were hard to decide. So we'll go to those wild cards later, the ones that we got bumped off. So my 5th movie that I saw this year, best film, 2015, I don't think any of you are going to be on the same page with me on this one, so I might be the Lone Ranger, is Pixar's Inside Out.
Yeah,
to be honest.
That's on my list, but not in my top 5. It's on the list of movies that I've seen this year, but it was a good movie for sure.
I honestly think the kind of movie that makes you walk away and really think about it and then really diagnose the film and you're able to apply it. They actually use the film now for psychology. They use the film in schools to implement it. I mean, that's a movie that really stood out 2015-wise.
Well, my fiance is a therapist, and they paid for her and the rest of the clinic that she works at to go and see that movie.
That's how impressionable this is.
Actually, you can even go back and listen, and we had her as a guest on that episode, did we not?
I
forgot about that.
What's the name of this movie?
Inside Out.
Oh, Inside Out.
It's a kid's movie. It's not something you would watch.
It's a kid's Pixar movie, but it's a lot of adult themes because it talks about basically all the emotions, not to spoil it, but it represents all the different emotions in your head, and then it represents how you deal with all those different emotions, and they're all embodied by a certain character, and then it shows you how you kind of like move from childhood into adulthood and things you lose in your mind and in your emotions that change. So it's a kid's movie, but it's a thinker. It really is. So that's made my top 5 films I saw this year, and that's my 5th place. So I don't know if you guys didn't see it, I highly recommend it.
I'll check it out.
Yeah, I definitely would.
It's good. I highly recommend it myself.
Dave, I think it'll be an okay. There's no gore, but I think you will be okay with watching it. You would like it because you would diagnose it. You love that psychology crap, so you would like it from that aspect. It really, I mean, psychologists are saying that this is a must-see film in order for them to go forward and apply it to kids' lives and stuff. So
yeah,
dude, those movies are like so far like out of my realm of like what I watch that it's like a chore for me to watch them. Like I liked Finding Nemo. Nemo was pretty cool, but
yeah, this is on the same like path as that. I personally,
this is like intellectually though, it's like 5 steps above that. So
I love animated movies.
Well, it's too advanced for me then.
It's cartoon or whether it's CG. I like it all.
I like Hobo with a Shotgun.
Inside Out, I was kind of forced to watch. Hobo with a Shotgun, I kind of refused to watch. No, but I did. I had to watch Inside Out, but it wasn't really that forceful. Any kind of a CG movie nowadays, I'll watch it and enjoy the hell out of it. So, and I did. That was a good movie, good pick, Brian.
So that's my 5th. Who wants to go with their fifth pick for 2015?
Yo,
I'll go.
All right.
My 5th pick is Jurassic World.
Ooh, that was some.
Ooh, I got that higher up on the list.
Yeah, that's why.
I mean, it was like I said, this was really tough. It was really good, but I don't know. We all had different tastes, and that's number 5 in my list. I was actually like surprised. Like I'm gonna give Brian a shout out because you said it from the get go. It was gonna be good. And, my wife was telling me it was going to be good in the beginning, too. So I was being a hater. I was like, nah, it looks kind of corny. It looks kind of cheesy. But when I went to see it, I was like, all right, I was a believer. It was cool. I like that. I own it. I bought it when it first came out on Blu-ray, and yeah.
Yeah, I'm eventually gonna get it. They got good special features.
They do have good special features.
I'm not really
one.
I'm not big on that, but sometimes I'll check it out. But yeah, no, I'm not really big on special features.
I watch the special features on movies before I even watch the actual movie on the DVD.
Sometimes I do. Yeah, sometimes I do. I think me and Paul went and saw that, right? And then we texted you guys, and we're like, you guys got to go see this movie.
Yes.
Yeah.
We actually went. It was sold out. We went like 10 o'clock in the morning to go see that.
We were forced to watch it in 3D.
Yeah, but it was actually a good movie.
Yeah.
I was hating on it when it was first announced because the story was so similar to 3. I mean, I'm not going to beat that dead horse again, but I saw it. It's on my list too, Gil. My list, I don't have them in order. I just got 5 movies, 5 of the best movies of 2015.
Put them in order right now. You got time. Paul will go next. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
I'm not even going to waste time doing
Jurassic
that.
World was my number 1 pick.
Wow.
Yeah, that's my number 1.
I had that as
He said Star Wars. I'm going to 1.
I got it as 3.
Since it got listed already, I figured I might as well just say, so that we can harp on it. Yeah, I think Jurassic World. We did a podcast on this, and I had a hard time finding anything wrong with it. I know, like, one of the biggest things everybody was talking about was the fact that she was running in high heels. I don't give a shit about that. Like, the rest of the movie is kind of bypasses that. It's such a small detail. Like, if that's what they're picking out wrong with that movie, then it's a damn good movie. You know what I mean?
You know, my dad always has a saying. He always said, a real woman knows how to walk in heels. So what makes her? She's running in heels. So
So the fact that I had such a hard time finding something wrong with that movie is what put it at the top of my list. Even over some other movies that I'm sure are going to discuss shortly. But
I don't have a damn thing wrong with high heels on any level. That's a plus. But going back to Jurassic World briefly, I did enjoy it myself.
Where do you have it on your list, Dave? Do you have it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? You know?
I mean, I didn't put them in order. I say it's like top 3.
Yeah.
2015.
That's
top
fair.
3.
I got it. I got my third one. Would it be safe to say that it would be your third one?
I know what both of your
your
number ones are.
I can't really rank it, to be honest, dude. I'm going to be the odd man. I'm not ranking mine.
You can't play it by the rules. How come you can never play by the rules?
Because I got to be different. I got to be difficult.
All right, well, we're going to go to Paul right now.
You know, my brain is messed up.
Paul's going to say his 5th one, and you can just try to think about where you're going to put it on the list.
Okay,
try to put a number
can I just finish talking about Jurassic World? Y'all keep cutting me off.
1 through 5.
Let him go. Let him talk about Jurassic World.
No, he can't. He's got to put a number on it. Rank 1 through 5.
If you like it, then you should have put a number on it. And I'm sorry for that stupid-ass joke. I'm sorry. That was terrible. I will never bring that back.
You got to place it, sir. Place it in your top 5 movies.
No.
Then you can't talk about it. Paulie, you go to your 5th movie on your list.
Sorry, Dave. All right, so my number 5 movie is Avengers: Age of Ultron. That was a pretty good movie. Of the 2 Avengers movies, I think it's not that good compared to the first one. But it made my top 5 only because my list of movies I saw in 2015 was so low.
That didn't make my list at all.
No, it didn't make my list.
Had to beat out the other ones. But it was okay. I'm not a James Spader fan, and even though it was only his voice that was really like lended to the movie, it was just Captain America: Winter Soldier was way better than Avengers 2.
Yeah, I have to agree with you on that.
Actually, I think that might even been better. That's like up there with Iron Man 1. As far as
I don't think
concerned.
It wasn't a bad movie for me. It wasn't a bad movie for me, but like I didn't walk away with anything. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, it was entertaining action wise and stuff like that, but yeah. Okay, another Avengers movie.
Yeah,
it was okay. It didn't make my top 5, but it was in top 10. I ranked it, okay? Jurassic World 4. Can I freaking say something about it?
Yeah.
You can now, sir.
So,
you can.
20 seconds, yes, I would own it. I don't know why I don't freaking own the movie. I thought it was better. The best Jurassic Park sequel to date, and the first one is the best, and then this one is probably the next best good one. I was really surprised. I enjoyed it. So that's number 4. All right, Brian.
You can actually tell us your number 5 as well.
Yeah. So now you're on to your number 5. You got a 5 on your list?
All right. My number 5 is Star Wars, The Force Awakens.
Ooh, that 5, huh?
That's number 5. But you, excuse me. But you got to think. I mean, this is like top 5 of 2015, so it's good. It's in the good category.
Yeah, it's true. It is. There's a lot of movies that came out 2015.
Yeah, it's in the real good category.
Yeah.
But on my list, it's 5, and I ranked Jurassic World. It is tough. They were close, but I rank it a 5. It was good. I enjoyed it. I thought it was a really good Star Wars movie. I definitely would own it. And few complaints about it. Few complaints.
I actually, I had Star Wars ranked as my 4th choice, actually. So it's getting to the bottom of my top 5 list.
It's number 2.
My number 2. That's in my my bonus mention.
Ooh, you didn't even make your top 5.
Yeah, I'm telling you, it was really tough. But I just became a Star Wars fan, so you know what I'm saying. Like, it's not, it doesn't touch my heart like it touches your hearts. You know what I'm saying? So it's. I guess I'm a rookie when it comes to Star Wars, so it didn't make my top 5.
It hit my number 2. Oh, sorry, Brian, go ahead.
I think that just like Jurassic World, which we were just talking about, they paid a lot of fan service. It came out a lot later than the other movies. They did a good job. They stuck to the same feeling and everything. I think they're within that same category. Just like you said, Dave, it was hard for you to figure out which one you wanted to go on the list, Star Wars or Jurassic World, where it was going to be ranked, because it had it was almost in that same category.
Yeah.
Like a nostalgia movie that came out a lot later that still felt the same, so they did a great job. We did a podcast on Star Wars. Rarely any complaints. I'm excited to see what the rest of them are going to go.
Very long.
Yes. But that was my 4. So
I put Star Wars at number 2 on my list, and it was tough for me to choose between Jurassic World and Star Wars. The only reason why I chose that as number 2 as opposed to number 1, because I am a huge Star Wars fan. It's my favorite, the original trilogy. I count it kind of as one when I say it's my favorite movie, because I love the original trilogy so much. It always, the trilogy as a whole hits my top 1. But it was, the new movie was a movie that when it was over, I had a lot of questions. I had a lot of things that I had to give myself time to think about. I had to give myself, resolution to some of the things that happened in it. And because of that, it left almost a sour taste originally when I watched the movie. Jurassic World, when I walked out of there, I was just like, that was phenomenal. That was such a good movie. So that's the only reason why it took the number 1 spot over Star Wars.
When I saw it twice, once with my brother-in-law and the other time with my wife. The second time, when the movie ended, I was walking out, and there was this girl flipping, wigging out, I'm so unsatisfied. She was saying it really loud. She's like, yeah. I don't want to leave. I was like, yeah, the movie's over.
If you're a true fan, though, that makes sense. If you're somebody who has been watching it since you were a little kid and you knew about the original trilogy and were into the original trilogy, not the prequels, they're kind of irrelevant when it comes to this one because this is a sequel. But if you are so locked in with the original trilogy, and then you go into this movie, 40 years later, it's a bit of a shock, some of the things that happen. And you can listen to our podcast on that movie. We just put it out last week to hear what actually happens, but we don't want to go too far in depth with it, but it was a tough one to swallow for somebody who's been a fan for a long time. 25 years of my life. I saw it, I think, for the first time when I was 5 years old. So it was a tough one to swallow, but it was a good movie overall.
So I know we're jumping all around, but who's got a 4th pick?
It's my pick for number 4.
Yep.
I'm gonna go with Mission Impossible 5.
I didn't get that's 4. That's on my wish list. I didn't actually get to see it.
I didn't get to see it either.
Yeah, me either. I really wanted to.
I'm a big Tom Cruise fan, as you guys know. Tom Cruise just keeps on spitting him out, kid. He's the man. And the thing is that what I respect most about him, he does his own stunts. You can't hate him for that. I mean, he's getting up there in age, and he's still doing his thing. And I got that movie for Christmas. Surprised I haven't like rewatched it, but it's number 4, and that was
it's out on DVD already.
Yeah, it's out on Blu-ray.
Shit, I feel like it just got released.
Yeah, that's one of those ones that like I kept like wanting to see. I just didn't get around to it, and by the time like it came around for like me to like pick that movie, it was like another movie that came out that I wanted to see, you know. And then by the time it came out on DVD, I was like, well, you know what? I got to catch up on all these other movies. So it was like one of those ones that fell by the wayside, but I always like it was in my queue. It will be a 2016 movie that I will watch.
I just want to see him hang on to the side of the damn plane.
Yeah,
I saw it. It was
I've seen that in the trailer. I was blown away.
I saw it. I was I enjoyed it. I wasn't like overly impressed by it. I guess like I'm a little bit worn down from like the Mission Impossible movies. I feel like the Fast and Furious movies, like the same way about them. Like it's kind of like there's another one. It's like here we go again. But when I saw it, I liked it, and I don't think Tom Cruise has missed a beat. Like the dude is still the man. He still got it. Like, you know, and like Gil said, he does his own stunts. I think that's BA. And
that's not many actors can say that they do that, you know.
I still find number 1 the best one though. Like out of all that movie blew me away. Like when I first saw it, it was a true blockbuster.
Mm-hmm.
Great movie. Who's up?
You said your 4th one, right, Dave? Was Jurassic World. So that's your 4th pick. Who hasn't said what their 4th pick is yet?
I haven't.
Okay.
My 4th pick was Ant-Man.
Oh, yeah?
And I just watched that the other night for the first time, and it was fantastic.
Yeah.
I was actually very surprised. First of all, what a trippy-ass movie. Especially when he first puts on the suit. Like, some of the visuals on that are just insane.
It was really cool how they did that, how they visually portrayed. I like the shrinking effect that they did, like how they showed how that happened.
But I thought Paul Rudd did a hell of a job. Like I love Paul Rudd anyways as a comedian. Like I love him in his movies when he's playing a strictly comedic role. But I mean, granted, he was a comedian in this movie as well. Like the way that he played the role, but he also just played the role of Ant-Man very well. And I have very few things bad to say about the movie, other than it was a comedy, so I can't rank it on my top list, but it was definitely up there.
That's my number 3, actually.
Yeah?
Oh, there you go.
I thought Ant-Man was dope. I saw it like 3 times already, and I bought it. I don't know. I love it. It's one of my favorite Marvel movies. So
yeah, it was reminiscent of Iron Man.
It was. It had that same feel.
It
was a lot of fun. And like Paul said, Paul Rudd, dude, he did his thing in that movie. He definitely, Marvel's gonna definitely, he's on the radar pretty much. He did such a great job that I definitely see future Ant-Man movies, and he's gonna be a bigger aspect of the Avengers, and the effects were freaking awesome. You know, very innovative, unique shrinking effect. I never seen that type of like take on it. And Yellow Jacket was badass.
Yeah, he was.
Dude, actor, I forgot his name, but he's on The Strain. He's a very good actor.
Yeah. He should have been Lex Luthor. I'm saying. I'm just saying.
God, he would have been awesome.
Just saying.
Yeah. He was on House of Cards, too. He played kind of that same, he played like a wrecked senator or something like that. He's a good actor.
Dude, I just loved Yellow Jacket's his costume, his suit. The way he shot, he had like those like mantis weird like those limbs that came off from his back and shot lasers. He was just badass.
He really was.
Yeah, I just like that Paul Rudd did his thing. Like unlike his boy, Seth Rogen when he did the Green Hornet.
Yeah,
that shit was a shitty movie.
I liked Green Hornet, man. I did.
It was okay. I'm taking it back. It was all right. It was all right.
You don't have to take it back just because I liked it. I mean, if you hated it, you hated it. Like I get.
Yeah. Okay. No, it was an all right movie. It was an all right movie.
Don't be politically correct on here.
No,
we don't want any of that. We don't want
I didn't
any of
see
that.
Green Hornet. It looked like
I think it could have been better, but I don't know. I think maybe because I am a fan of Seth Rogen that I was just like automatically just like into it. But there's been movies of his that I don't.
I mean,
really love.
I give him props. He did lose a
discussion.
lot of weight for the role. I mean, so
He's not the right person to be Green Hornet at all. I mean, Jet Li is a good Kato, but it's still a little weird.
I could give a shit about Seth Rogen, dude. I don't care for him.
You don't like funny movies, do you?
I do. That's the problem. Because he hasn't been in one that's funny.
Dave's funny is different from our funny. That's what it is.
Funny. Dave's funny is like when Freddy Krueger rips someone's head off. That's Dave's funny.
Yeah.
You still haven't watched.
That's a comedy. That's a comedy for Dave.
You notice how he chuckled too, right?
You motherfucker! You need to watch Super Troopers, man.
I know.
I still can't believe you haven't watched it.
Dude, we had a whole shutdown. 2 weeks I ain't watched that shit.
Do you want me to
shame on me?
Copy of the movie?
God, man. I'll watch it, I promise.
If you watch that and you don't think it's funny, then I
don't trust my recommendations on movies. Right? If you can watch it and not laugh,
putting a lot on the line.
Yeah, if you can watch it and not laugh, then don't take any more recommendations on movies.
Honestly, because that is one of my top 5 comedies. Like that,
it is. Yeah, it makes it top of my comedy list.
I mean,
that's
if you guys,
my humor though, all the way.
It's up there with Grandma's Boy. Grandma's Boy is my number one. Like that's one of the best.
That was funny. That was funny.
If you like Grandma's Boy, you will probably like Super Troopers.
Grandma's Boy was hilarious, dude.
Mm-hmm.
I would like Super Troopers.
I liked it too.
All right, where were we?
We're on number 3 now.
Okay.
3. That was all of our fourths, right? Everybody said their fourth?
No, I already said my 3. That was on my 3. So, Brian, you have to pick it.
Dave, you have like deer.
You guys can I go?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right. So my third pick is The Revenant with Leonardo DiCaprio and Tom Hardy.
Damn you! I didn't get to see that.
Oh, dude,
that's my number 2 pick.
But I don't think it can go wrong with either of those two people in the movie.
Oh yeah, dude, it's like a new age Pacino and De Niro, like in Heat. It's kind of like two great actors in one movie in their prime. Well, they weren't really in their prime. They were kind of expired.
They're looking pretty hurt on that trailer.
In Heat, they were older, but they still had it. But dude, The Revenant was awesome, fantastic movie. They both Leonardo did better than Hardy, but Leonardo was the main character. That's the thing. He had more screen
He had to bring his game.
Yeah. If Hardy would have been the main dude, he probably would have did just as well, but I think he did great for his role. You guys got to check it out, but just stick with it. It's a little, I wouldn't say it's slow. It's just like, you just got to stick with it. But that's my third pick of 2015. I was very, very impressed with that movie. And
would Joseph Gordon-Levitt make that movie better?
I'm sure that would make my list if I'd seen it. I'm sure that would make my top 5. I didn't see it, so that's one of those ones that's gonna have to pick up in 2016.
For sure, have to.
So did everybody go 3s? I
still have a third one to go.
Mine was Jurassic World, so we already talked about that. So go ahead, Paul.
All right, so mine, and you guys are going to strongly disagree with this because I already know, Mad Max Fury Road was my number 3.
All right, so you just say your piece on it because I'm sure that we're going to talk about 5. It where we are.
Yeah, it is top 5.
I know.
No, definitely. As you guys know, I believe I texted you both like throughout as I was watching the movie and after I watched the movie because you guys gave it such high praises. I had to text like Dave and Brian. Gil, I'm sorry I didn't text you. I don't think I had your number at the time. But so when I initially watched it, it was kind of like Star Wars where I was just like there was a lot to process initially. And so when I first saw it, I was like, well, it starts off kind of like boring. Like it's just like there's no talking, there's no anything. Go ahead. What do you got to say?
Did you see the originals?
No, and see, that's part of the problem. Dave basically had the same reaction, was like, dude, you have to watch the originals.
At least Road Warrior.
It adds something to it, because you get more nostalgic.
Because to me, it was just like, oh, we're going to jump in a car and we're going to go from here to here, and then they're going to follow us, and then when they get to where we are, we're going to go the other way and go right back to where we started from. So initially, I was like, what the fuck am I even watching? But as I've gone back and thought about it, and like not even that long after I watched the actual movie, it was pretty badass. Like the effects, the fact that it was mostly practical effects is amazing. That's got a huge like role in its positioning on my list. And the more I think about these guys on these giant stilts just kind of like swinging down, for some reason that just gets to me. So that places it as well.
Yeah. I thought. Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, I was just gonna say the lack of dialogue, specifically on Tom Hardy's part, was kind of like took away from it for me. And the fact that he wasn't even really the hero of the movie so much as that chick was. I'm sorry,
Charlize
female. To all the politically correct people, but
we don't have any of those people listening to us.
That's true. So yeah, that's the reason why Mad Max made my number 3.
I can kind of guess where we're going to probably put Mad Max, guys. So we'll hold off on where when we get there. So if you guys want to go with what your second picks are. If you want me, I'll go with my second picks.
I've said mine already. So.
We'll all pick up on Mad Max. I'm sure the three of us, you can see that we're getting towards the top of our list. I have a guess where it's going to land on the rest of us. But my second pick, which I don't think it's going to make your guys' picks, but I really like the movie. I think because I read the book before, and I thought the casting was perfect. I fully enjoyed it. There wasn't a moment that I felt bored. Was The Martian with freaking Andy Weir wrote the book, and I think that Matt Damon was a perfect fit for the character. I love kind of like sci-fi films like that where it kind of, and I love kind of like films where you have to like, there's like one person, you got to like find them and save them and all that kind of stuff. So it kind of like hit all the different movie aspects for me, and it actually kind of ranked up there to the top of my list with my second ranking. So I don't know if you guys even considered it as one of your top films that you saw the year, or just kind of didn't even make it on the radar for you. But me personally, like I said, I read the book, and then the movie stayed so perfectly true to like the essence of the book that I just enjoyed it.
If I could say something about it, I didn't see it because my sci-fi is like Dave's humor. I pick and choose. Like, I thought Elysium was dope, but I didn't. Not that I didn't care for The Martian, but I'd rather like rent it versus going to the movies to see it. Yep. I know. To me, I kind of. Yeah. So to me, I thought it was gonna be like Castaway in Mars. Put it that way.
Which it was. It kind of was,
right?
Yeah.
All right. So yeah, I'm definitely gonna rent it. I'm not knocking it down because. Who knows? I may be like, yo, I want to own this, but yeah.
It was a good movie.
I never saw it. I didn't get the chance. But I will. Once it comes out, I'll definitely watch it.
It was like Gravity to me. It was like that kind of movie.
Gravity was good.
I found Gravity better, though. But it made my honorable mention, bro. I didn't make top 5, but it was definitely, it was like 7 or something out of my top 10.
Yeah.
So
what do you guys got for second movies?
I have the Revenant.
Oh yeah.
You like?
Damn you! Damn you! I would be able to put it on my list if I saw it.
Yeah, yeah. It was awesome. Yeah, that's why I made my number 2. Yeah, it was freaking awesome.
That's pretty high.
My number 2 was Star Wars, and we already discussed that. So yeah.
List. What'd you got for 2, Dave?
What I got for 2, The Hateful Eight.
Oh, wow.
The Hateful Eight was the bomb.
It was really good.
Can we do a timeout for a second?
Yes.
All right. Anybody who's listened to me on this podcast knows that I am not necessarily the biggest Quentin Tarantino fan.
He's actually a Quentin Tarantino hater.
However, when I saw the trailer for Hateful Eight, I'm actually kind of intrigued. I will not go to the theater to see it. However, I will say this. When it comes to DVD, I will watch the movie. Because I am actually, it does look good. It doesn't look like the regular.
Did you see Django yet?
I watched Django a long time ago, yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
I fell asleep halfway through it, and then I tried watching it again, and I still fell asleep. It's just, I didn't think it was that good.
That's good though, Dave. It ranked up awesome. On your. Yeah, it was a really good film, and that made one of my honorable mentions. It didn't make my top 5, but it was a fun film to watch, and like I said, it just made it off my list of my top 5.
I do.
But Dave,
which one, Brian? Hateful Eight?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, dude. It was it's number 2 for me, man. I thought it was like. It started off slow, and then I was like, oh, man, like, come on, like, this isn't really living up to Django. And then, like, it just got really good. Like, It was like, damn. It just, oh, my God, I can't even, like, get into it. Like, crazy scenes, like, only Tarantino would do. Like, just shit that you look at, you're like, this is a fucking Tarantino movie. No,
I didn't even give your boy that blanket.
Yep, never did give your boy that blanket. Like, oh my God. Oh, anyway, I'm not gonna ruin it for Paul, but I definitely recommend it. Great movie. My number 2.
Let's.
Awesome cast.
It holds a place near and dear to your heart too. I think that your ultimate favorite film, which is
The Thing, probably.
Correct. So, does this not have such like a vibe? That vibe, like it's like your favorite movie. Right. If somebody
From
came
The
out
Thing?
If it, yeah, I mean, like,
dude,
we're not getting rid of anything that's not in the trailer, but it gives you that vibe. It's not. There's no aliens. there's no alien.
That's why I was kind of confused for a second. I was like, wait a minute. Okay.
Well, Paul wouldn't know because like Paul hasn't really seen a lot of Tarantino movies. So
I've seen a lot. I just don't like them. I watch them because he's revered as one of the best directors and writers of all time. So I still watch them. I just don't enjoy them. I haven't seen the Kill Bill series. I will say that, but I've watched. I've watched a lot of them. I can't think of them off the top of my head. Pulp Fiction is actually a good movie. Reservoir Dogs is great. Django, I didn't like it. Mm-hmm. Some of the other ones, give me. Inglourious Basterds was terrible. It was just.
You didn't even like Christoph Waltz, Paul, the German guy.
I thought as an actor he was great.
Yeah,
but the movies.
Paul is heads up our Twitter, and that is at Newbreed Film. So if you're listening and you feel like berating Paul, at Newbreed Film.
You can also find me at Newbreed Beats. Is my personal Twitter page.
Ooh.
And you can
hit him up on the personal page.
Yeah, hit me up on the personal page. I will gladly rebut.
Tarantino hate. Let's hashtag stop Paul Tarantino hate.
You know what? I think a lot of it stems from the fact that he is so loved and so revered that it makes me hate him. But I also just don't enjoy the films. Like when he's
like they hated Michael Jackson. Like they hated Michael Jordan. Like they hated Wayne Gretzky. Like they hated Joe Montana. I'm just messing around.
Something like that. I don't. Honestly, it's like more of like the violent stuff. It's not that I hate
Drake,
violence.
The best rapper ever.
Drake,
Drake, the best rapper ever.
Drake's not even the best artist ever. Tarantino,
he got lost.
I'm sorry.
He's got these things that he does, and he's great with practical effects. He does a lot of practical effects. However, he goes so over the top that it's almost unenjoyable for me. When he shoots somebody's head off, there's actually brain matter splattering everywhere. I don't like that. Because it becomes unrealistic because it's so realistic almost. You know what I mean?
Well, the thing about movies, it doesn't have to be realistic.
I know. There's a lot of movies that I love that are so unrealistic, it's insane.
Yeah.
But
amen, Gil. Amen.
But there's just something about Tarantino stuff that I just don't love. I don't even really like it. Aside from a few movies where I'm like, yeah, that works. But
going back to the comparison of the Hateful Eight and The Thing.
Where were we?
Like where I was getting at was like Paul. I didn't think he saw like a lot of Tarantino movies because like he likes to like do a lot of nostalgia and like blatantly like pay homage to something. So like in the movie, it was like isolated. They were like in a cabin. It was like in a blizzard, and a lot of scenes were like shot like really similar. Like it's crazy. And then the same composers in this movie. So like there was like scenes of gore. You hear the same thing kind of theme. It was.
So
crazy.
what you're saying is that he basically steals from all of his movies that he likes.
He does it as a playful nod. Like, so if you're like a fan of other movies, like he like resurrects actors that have like faded. He'll like bring them to the limelight and be
I'll give him credit for that. He brought Travolta back. Yep. He brought Travolta back from the fucking dead. When he did Pulp Fiction, everybody was just like, why would he have John Travolta? Oh, here we go. And he actually did okay, and it brought his career back.
He did awesome.
It brought his career back, but if it wasn't for that, he would have been done way long.
Travolta was badass in Swordfish with Hugh Jackman.
I own that.
I haven't seen that movie in a long time.
He was awesome in that movie.
Halle Berry.
I've always found her okay.
Yeah, I don't think she's anything spectacular.
She's hot, but I find her like okay. You know who's hotter than her? The one from
every other actress in Hollywood.
the chick from, if we're talking about like black chicks, like African American, the chick from Alien versus Predator. Her name is Sana, or I forgot her name. She's like kind of thick.
Was she Blade's mom for a second?
Okay.
She was Blade's mom, right?
The Thing.
Yeah.
And Hateful Eight. The Thing and Hateful Eight.
The Thing and Hateful Eight. Yeah, he paid homage to the Thing. It was blatant. So anyway, it was a good movie. So who's up now?
I think we're all on. Let's do honorable mentions before we do our top films.
Yeah, because I pretty much know what all your top films are going to be, except for mine. Mine's the only one that's different because I already did my number one.
So let's do honorable mentions that you wanted to put on your top 5 list that you didn't get the chance to, or just didn't make the full ranking of your top 5.
Can I do movies that I didn't love?
No, we'll do the honorable mentions first.
Okay, I don't have any of those. I don't have
All right, I'll go.
So you guys can go.
Yeah, go ahead, go.
Star Wars Episode 7 and Creed.
Yeah. So you wanted to rank those up on your top 5, but you just didn't make it on there.
Mm-hmm.
I actually had Straight Outta Compton. I really liked.
You saw that?
That kind of made my top 10. That was a fantastic film. Hateful Eight, like I had said before, and Ant-Man was one of the ones that kind of fell off. And then, like I said, I didn't get to see Mission Impossible, and I didn't get to see The Revenant. But either one of those probably would have made my top. At least Revenant would have probably made my top 5. What about you guys?
Okay.
For me, like these are movies that I saw and they're like worthy enough to like mention. Like obviously I did like them. So like Avengers: Age of Ultron, it wasn't top 5, but I liked it. I thought it was cool. It was a letdown somewhat, but it was good. The Martian was a good movie. Ant-Man was a great, fun superhero movie. Terminator Genesis, I liked it because I'm a Terminator fan.
Is that 2015?
Yeah.
You know what? That brings my total view to another one. I forgot that I saw it.
Yeah. See, Terminator Genesis, Furious 7, it was okay. It helped me pass the time. Mission Impossible, Rogue Nation, I liked. Ex Machina was a good low-budget movie.
That was, yep.
Spectre
That's on my computer. I still need to watch it. I just haven't yet.
Spectre was okay. Creed was okay for a Rocky movie. I enjoyed it. Rocky spinoff. Straight Outta Compton, I did see that. I liked that. Black Mass with Johnny Depp, I really enjoyed that.
Time out.
And
can we time out?
I fucking hated Poltergeist and Fantastic Four.
Poltergeist is another one I have that I should watch. I have it in my possession. I just haven't watched it yet. But the original was so good that I almost don't want to bring myself to watch the new one because,
bro, you're gonna get mad. Don't do it.
Yeah.
You know what?
So shitty.
One of the movies I saw that I wish I didn't see was Pixels with Adam Sandler. It was painful. I couldn't finish it.
I haven't.
It was that bad.
It had such bad reviews that I couldn't even bring myself to see it.
It actually looked.
Dude, I got
fun.
I got like 40 minutes in, man, and I was like, dude, I can't sit here and force myself to watch it anymore. It was
you got as far as 40 minutes, dude.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you, because that reminds me of Fantastic Four. That when I was flying on my little trip a couple months ago, first I watched San Andreas. Great movie, by the way. I actually really enjoyed it, and they followed it up with Fantastic Four. I got about 40 minutes into the movie before I was like, I'm turning this off. Like I'm changing this. It's as bad as all the reviews say. Fantastic Four was terrible, and I didn't even watch the whole damn movie. I could only get 40 minutes in before I had to change it.
And you guys are gonna make fun of me for this one, so I'm just gonna just brace yourself, okay? I have a wife, and you got to watch certain movies with her to make her happy.
You get a pass, bro. You get a pass from me. I know how it is.
But to be honest, we couldn't make it past 15 minutes because of how bad this movie was. Magic Mike. XXL.
I actually saw that. I saw that too.
50 Shades of Grey.
I saw 50 Shades of Grey too.
We didn't watch Magic Mike 10, 15 minutes, but 50 Shades of Grey, we watched the whole movie. How about it? That's disappointing. It was painful to watch.
What did you think it was going to be?
No. But there was watching the two actor and actress, they had no connection. The whole movie is about their lust and connection towards each other. You're watching two people that had no physical or emotional connection to one another on the film.
Are you talking about 50 Shades of Grey, or are you talking about Magic Mike?
Yes. No, 50 Shades of Grey.
Oh, I thought
Magic Mike.
They had like zero chemistry.
They had zero chemistry at all. And the whole movie's about chemistry. They're supposed to be about chemistry.
Well, wasn't the lead actor
you won't catch
gay?
me watching that.
Yeah. Well,
that may explain the chemistry.
Actually married.
He's got to be a real good actor.
It was a gay dude that they had hired.
No, he's married.
I thought that was a little weird at first. Okay, never mind.
That don't mean you're not gay.
Carry on.
I'm just
true.
Keeping it real.
It's true. You keeping it real.
Some people divorce. I'm not even going to go there. Let's a movie podcast. Let's keep going.
Yeah, movie podcast.
All right, boys. So you guys got anything else to say before we say our top one?
Poltergeist sucked.
I have movies that I didn't like that I saw in 20.
Sicario sucked. Black Mass sucked. I'm sorry.
What?
Those are on my to watch. Those are on my to watch list. Actually, you think?
Bro, Johnny Depp did his thing in Black Mass. He was good.
But that was the only thing that he did it. But the movie sucked to me. Like the storyline, it was too much. I'm not even gonna spoil it for Brian because he hasn't seen it, but. I didn't like it. I thought, to me, it was a complete letdown. I went in with a lot of expectations. That's why.
I think you'll like it, Brian.
Yeah, I'm still gonna check it out.
All right, so
you guys gonna do number one?
Right, so
we talk about movies we didn't want to see, or we saw that we hated, or how's this gonna go? Put your bicep down.
Dave's putting your bicep down. How about this is kind of cool. We'll get into this. I told all the guys before they got on. Dave wasn't really fully understanding when I was trying to do this, but I guess I need to send multiple messages by Facebook, text message, and email to be able to, conquer this. So I wanted everybody to come up with a running list of movies that you actually saw that were released in 2015 and how many you actually watched. So I'm guaranteeing that Dave probably beat us all, but on my list, out of 2015 released movies that I watched was 20. That's what I got.
As far as like 2015 movies, I'll be honest with you, I didn't really count all the 20. I just made a list of the ones I liked. So if I had to like put a number on them, it's probably similar, dude. It's probably like 20. If we're talking about movies I saw in general.
No way. No. Dude, there's no freaking way because I have this list of films I didn't see from 2015, and I know that you've seen them.
Oh, so really?
You probably
I probably got 30
up there.
Probably for 2015.
Probably.
But in general, because some movies, dude, I get I haven't seen Super Troopers, so there's a lot of movies that are older that I haven't seen, and I saw
a lot of
2015
movies.
Mm-hmm. Probably like 25, 30. All right, so are we doing number ones now?
Yeah, let's do one.
You guys do number ones.
Okay, who's going for it?
I think we all agree on Mad Max Fury Road for number one movie pick.
That was number one for me. Me. Why was it number one for you, Bri?
To be honest, they paid excellent fan service for nostalgia wise. It had that same Road Warrior feel, which is the best one out of the series. Me personally, I think Tom Hardy did a fantastic job. Charlize Theron took the show. I mean, she did fantastic as wow. Why can't I think of what her name is? What's her name in the movie? Furiosa. Wow. The action was great because it was all.
You ain't no real fan.
It was all non-CGI pretty much. They only used CGI when they had to. They used a lot of practical effects. Like Paul had mentioned earlier when he talked about his review, the stunts that they did were amazing, especially between vehicles. It's one of those movies, like Paul had said, when you walk away, it kind of makes you think. So you say, like, okay, well, why is this person this way? What's this person in this world? What's this person? Great action scenes, memorable, laughable. My wife had no idea what she was getting into when she came to see this movie, and this is not her type of movie at all. But she walked out and she's like, "Wow, that was an excellent film," and that's just stands. It just gives you a good example of somebody that knew nothing about Mad Max, not their type of movie, went and watched it and was like, "Wow, that's a really good film." So
I got a question. This Paul could chime in on this one. What series has the characters with the most screwed up names? Mad Max or Star Wars? Count Dooku, Buku, like all these weird space names, and then Mad Max got Furiosa, got Lord Humongous.
Star
Those
Wars
guys are
because
high.
it's such
They're
a
high
bigger
right now.
universe than it is.
They are
in Mad Max.
Let's be honest.
George Miller did a fantastic job. He got right back in the saddle. He picked it up and he delivered a Mad Max film that felt exactly like the other ones, just stepped up as far as the technology would go. So those are all my positives. I didn't really have much negatives. I think Tom Hardy, like Paul had mentioned, I thought he grunted a little bit too much, like maybe a little bit more dialogue. I understand why they did that, but I also felt that Mad Max was, like, we already talked about this in the review, and not to spoil it or anything like that, but what I kind of didn't like was I felt Mad Max was a secondary character, and Furiosa was the main character in the film. So
it was kind of underutilized.
Yes. So those are only my gripes, but otherwise I have, percentage-wise, 85% positive, 15% negative, What about you guys? Why makes it your top film?
It was a badass film, like, period. Like,
just wrapped it up in like fucking words.
Skill stamp of approval. Badass
like
film.
Like Brian said, the action wasn't like, like the 90s action style where they blow up a guy and he just flips into nowhere. My favorite scene in this movie was the whole motorcycle scene when they were like, I think he had jumped and then he landed like underneath the truck and they showed all that. That was dope to me. I thought that was dope. And, the chemistry with the actors, Tom Hardy and Charlize, whatever her name is. But yeah, it was
Charlize Theron.
Yes, it was really good. And I can't wait to the other two films to come out,
That's the cool part too, is that they're following it up.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
What about Paul? What's your number one?
My number one was Jurassic World. I discussed that already, so I didn't want to keep talking about it.
Okay.
So
Mad Max is my number 3.
Oh yeah, Dave. Why wasn't he your number one? I'm sorry, man.
Dave's been getting shafted. He's been getting shafted.
Thanks, Gil.
You can go, Dave. You're allowed to.
You guys are just dogging me out this episode. Mad Max to me was the number one movie.
That's what you get for showing up late.
Man. It was the number one movie because it was like the movie that made me escape the most out of like everything that I saw in the theater. Like when I went to see it, it was like it was a throwback to me to the time when I used to go see movies and it was like a thrill ride. Like we're talking about Die Hard movies, Lethal Weapon, Ghostbusters, stuff like that. Like back in the day when you went to the movies, it was like you were taken away, like, so when I saw Mad Max, like it was like a throwback like that. Like literally, like I was on the edge of my seat and my adrenaline was going for like some of the scenes, and it was just like a fucking thrill ride. Like there's no other way to describe it. And it was the most action I think I've ever seen in a movie. Like it was like a continuous action sequence from the beginning to the end. It was just like going like this like roller coaster.
I would say, not to interject too much on you, Dave, but I would say one of the best action films I've ever seen. Out of just action films in general. So
yeah, it was amazing, dude. Tom Hardy did great. I thought he was a perfect Max. I liked his take on Max. He wasn't as charismatic. He went a different direction. He was like a psychologically damaged Max, like a little more quiet, more action based. The homage, like you said, Bri, like I'm a big Mad Max fan. Road Warrior is the best movie. Even with Fury Road, I still think Road Warrior is the best movie. But it was just a great film, man. And having George Miller back and the same vibe, and they just did it so well. And I'm very excited to see where they go with it. It's like my post-apocalyptic Star Wars. Like that's my Star Wars, like Mad Max. You know, the colorful characters. And dude, again, the names. You could tell me you can't take a dude and name him Chewbacca in Mad Max, and it'll work.
You could.
Right?
You could.
Yeah.
Dude with a mohawk on a bike, Chewbacca.
But you won't know that it's his name unless you fucking go through and read like all the credits and all that. They don't say names very often in those movies, do they?
In Mad Max?
No.
Well,
I don't think once, other than
they do, dude.
Other than Tom Hardy being like, "My name's Max," like I don't think I heard.
My name's Max.
I don't think that's been referred to any other time in that entire movie or anyone's name really.
No, they do, dude. Because like they were mentioning Furiosa and the dude with the metal mask. They were like praising him and like chanting his name and all that. And they drop names, man. What movie you watching?
You don't say very many.
All right, we agree to disagree then. Yeah, that's my number one.
I just like Mad Max's haircut. I mean, they shaped him up real nice. Like,
are you bald?
He was rocking that desert fade.
Right.
Yeah, his hair was messed up in that movie.
Yeah, it was.
Not as messed
that's
up.
Cool.
I wish I had hair.
It's kind of cool to see the range of movies that we all picked for our top fives, and we all have our own characters and our own special things that call near and dear to our heart. And
but for the most part, like they all were still like, even if they ranked differently, they were all pretty much within the top five of each other.
Yep.
Like it was.
We all picked
still,
a lot of the same ones.
Yeah. I mean, granted, I only saw like 8 movies total from 2015. But
now, what's your New Year's resolution, Paul?
I never really made one, so I'll just say, just to make everybody happy, to see more movies from 2016.
I backed you in a corner on that one.
Can I say something real quick before we jump into the movies we want to see, like our most anticipated of 2016?
Yep.
2 movies that I had very high hopes for were very disappointing for 2015. One of them being Get Hard.
Yeah, I saw that. Kevin
Hart and Will Ferrell are both awesome, hilarious people that make me laugh on an almost daily basis. The 2 of them together in a movie was not that funny. I
disagree, dude. I kind of disagree with you.
And then Pitch Perfect 2, and Gil, you and I, we saw eye to eye on the first Pitch Perfect.
Yeah, I didn't see the second one.
Don't waste your time.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like it went super quick. The build up wasn't like, it was like a super long build up to a short payoff. If you know what I mean. Like the ending was such a short. The third act was so short that it kind of left you like, what just happened, kind of thing. So those 2 movies that I had such high hopes for this year, I left very disappointed. But yeah,
interesting.
Thank you for your input, David.
I didn't see either one, so. So what are your guys' most anticipated 2016 films?
I'm gonna have to say Deadpool and Batman versus Superman. Deadpool first.
Whoa, wait! It's not Batman versus Superman. It's
Batman
v
Superman. My bad.
Whew. Batman what? What is it?
V.
Oh.
That's one of my most anticipated ones. I'm actually, me and Dave had talked about it on one of the podcasts that we did. I'm a little less excited about it though because of Lex Luthor. So, and then how they're going to kind of jam Justice League down your throat But I'm still excited. I will still go see it. I will still go buy a ticket. You will see me in the theaters watching it.
That looks kind of creepy. Paul right now is messing around with this big Batman doll he has.
Not a doll.
I'm sorry, a figure.
Thank you.
My most anticipated films of 2016, I'm gonna say Deadpool. I'm sold on it. Like, I was a Deadpool hater. I'm like,
you were
red ninja that can heal, who cracks jokes like Spider-Man. Who cares? But like, I'm completely sold. It looks freaking amazing, badass, and of course, Batman v Superman.
I think another one that I saw and what I think is pretty cool is Rogue One, a Star Wars story. Yeah. It kind of takes place in between the third and fourth movie.
Is Tom Hardy Han Solo?
Yes. It's rebels that go out on the plans to steal the Death Star blueprints. So I think that should be pretty cool how they're going to spin off to see how they do the different worlds in Star Wars and everything like that. I'm excited to see how they kind of do that.
What about the new Independence Day movie?
Oh yeah,
dude! I totally forgot about that. Is that 2016?
Wait, I think it is. Brian, did you say?
Yeah.
That is like, I'm gonna keep it real. I'm more excited about that than Batman versus Superman.
I am with you, and I'm
all in on Independence Day.
But that movie,
I'm not. Mark my words. Mark my words.
Mark my what? You a crazy dude. I'll take that bet. Dude, it's going to kick ass.
I will double down on that bet.
Remember what you said? Remember what you said about Mad Max, sir? Let's run it again, baby.
You know what I said about Mad Max?
You said it was going to suck.
No. I said it wouldn't be a big box office hit. That's all I said. I didn't say it was going to be bad. I just said it wouldn't be a big box office.
You were wrong.
Was it a big
in 2015? No, comparison-wise.
What, dude? It's one of the highest globally, like...
It was massive.
Dave looked like he saw a ghost when you said that.
Smashed record. It did, like, really well.
Yeah.
Did it?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yes,
oh, yeah.
Huge.
Domestic and international. And, dude, Independence Day? Dude, this is huge. It got two things going for it. Number one...
Jeff Goldblum.
Goldblum's badass. But it's like, remember when, okay, by default it's going to be a hit. And this is why. Indiana Jones 4, people were hating on it, and it was kind of like, why are they doing this? But by default, because it was 20-something years later, everybody had to see it. It was an event. Star Wars, by default, because it's years later, you got to see it. Independence Day, this is 20 years later. By default, dude, people are going to flock to see this. They're going to be like, oh, this shit's crazy. A sequel after 20 years? It's going to smash, dude. I'm telling you, it looks good. The budget was like $200 million.
They got Bill Pullman back, and they got Goldblum back. I'm good. I'm like so happy about this. I cannot wait to see this damn movie.
Dunkin' Donuts coffee, Bri. You in on this bet?
I got you for a cafe mocha from Starbucks.
Dave will probably be home by then. So
what's the judge though? Like, what are we going by score wise? Rotten Tomatoes, IMDb.
I don't know. You want to do if it's a hit, or you want to do ranks or scores, or?
Well, how are we going to judge if it's a hit or not? That's all personal preference.
You'll know.
I don't think judging it by if it's a hit is fair, because I think Dave's right. I think that just by default, because of the name that's attached to it, it's going to be a big hit. People are going to go and see this movie. I think that we need to look at the rankings on it.
Hobo with a Shotgun is a hit for Dave, so.
Right, but I mean, I think we need to go.
Movie. That wasn't a hit.
I think when it comes out, we need to watch Rotten Tomatoes. We need to watch the IMDb, the Metacritic. However, the biggest thing is going to be you have to be honest and say whether you liked or disliked this movie. We went into Jurassic World thinking that this movie is going to suck because it's just a sequel to Jurassic Park, and they haven't done anything good in the last two movies.
I'm going to say this. I'm sorry, not to cut your fault. Without going into ratings, and I'll just flat out say it's going to make a shitload of money. I'm going to go on record and say there's no doubt in my mind it's going to be a huge commercial hit. success.
I don't disagree with that because no matter what, people are going to flock to the theaters to go see it.
Including
Because, like
myself.
you just said, it's going to pull people in because it's so old. It's just whether or not it's going to be a good film or not. The first 3 prequels of Star Wars, everybody flocked to go see it and it made a ton of money, but
they didn't have trailers like this.
I think it is. I think from the trailer, it just looks well done.
All right,
it looks
where you want to put your coffee on Rotten Tomatoes scale? Where you want to put your coffee? You want Metacritic, Rotten Tomatoes, or IMDb?
You know what? I'm not even going by ratings
on Rotten Tomatoes
because I don't think Matrix got the greatest ratings. And is that not an awesome movie?
It is.
Yeah, but that's not a sequel to something.
Matrix 2 sucks.
Matrix 2 did suck.
They made a shitload of money, though.
We can't rate it on original story.
Right. We can't go box office. We can't go box office. So what's the rating scale? How do we do this?
I mean, why can't you go box office though?
Because
it's
automatically going to make a lot of
people are sheep. People are sheep. They're just going to flock.
Right, but how long you think that wave's going to last? If something is that bad, you really think people are going to keep going to see it and it's going to generate a bunch of revenue? It's not. With the first wave are going to see it, they're going to be like, oh, that shit sucked. And then it's going to fail expectations. If it's a hit and well done, it'll make a shitload of money. I'm just standing by it's going to be a good movie and it's going to make a lot of money. Take it for what you will from that.
We can't gauge it, though.
Let's do Rotten Tomatoes. Let's do Rotten Tomatoes.
All right. What do you want? I say it will be low 80s. Maybe
That's pretty
70s.
damn good.
Low 80s, dude. That's not unfair. Stand by your beliefs, sir. Stand by your beliefs.
Right, 70s,
drop it down to
70s.
60.
No, 70.
No, but it's going to be bad to you, though.
No,
so 70's still good.
Is it going to be bad or is it going to be okay?
All right, so that's all right. So I won't say bad. I'll say it's going to be a C film. It's going to be a C film.
Okay, so 70 to 75 is fair for him.
It's going to be like a meh film. That's what it's going to be.
I'm going to say 80% and up, and I feel confident.
Go with 85.
I feel confident.
I'm going to go with an 85, strong 85 on that.
All right, we'll come back to this when it comes out.
We have this recorded. This is going down like in the vault. So we will always be able to refer to this and say, hey, I said this, you suck, you're wrong because you're an idiot, and we're all right.
Bro, you better get that salt and pepper ready for that krill. That ketchup. I don't know what you take, but mustard or...
By the way, I want a caramel frappuccino from Starbucks. If they have the salted caramel frappuccino, that's even better. I don't know if they do that year round or if that's.
Yo, you want a coffee?
No, I'm good.
Gil's not weighing in. He doesn't care.
What's your thoughts on this?
Yeah,
want Starbucks?
I think it's gonna be. It's gonna be good. It's gonna be good.
It's gonna be good. Let's see.
Yeah.
See.
See, if I was a betting man and if I was as passionate as Dave and Paul, I'll put a Blu-ray on it. I don't care about coffee. I'm like, give me a Best Buy gift card or something.
I'm too cheap for that. Unless if it's a Walmart bin.
Yep.
I'm okay with Walmart bins.
Hey, my Frappuccino is about the same price as a Walmart bin.
Yeah, it's true. It's like $5.
Yeah.
$4.95
for a grande. Yep.
Damn it!
Starbucks
is expensive.
Yeah, but it's so worth it. Oh my god.
It is good. It is good. I got converted at some point. Like body snatchers. Cafe Mocha? Grande?
All right, so not only do we capture our 2015 favorite movies, but we've also we just started a whole wager.
Yep.
Brian is the only one saying that this movie is not going to be good.
I'm saying it's going to be meh. It's going to be a C. It's going to be like an okay film.
Okay.
What about money-wise? Do you think it's going to make a lot of money, or it's going to be
yeah. Like you had said, people are going to flock like sheep to go see it, and it's going to make a ton of money.
What about the Ninja Turtles movie?
Even if it is like a C film, even if it is like a meh film, it's still going to make it's going to make all its money back and probably make a lot more. Yeah. It's not going to be no Jurassic World or Star Wars or nothing like that, but it'll make money.
I mean, I don't think it's going to break records like that. Because I think Star Wars has a far deeper fan base, and Jurassic Park, the first movie was so well done. Like you can't say Jurassic Park versus Independence Day. It's like Jurassic Park's far better. So a sequel to that is going to get more attention. But dude, Independence Day was it was a big blockbuster and very beloved, man. I watch it now, and I'm like,
rightfully so. It holds up very well. It's such a damn good movie.
I got it on Blu-ray, man. I love that movie. Yep. Will Smith, man, disappointed he's not back.
Yeah, I'm disappointed in that too.
I'm not with his recent string of movies, man. Like I'm okay with him not being back. We haven't had.
Okay, I got you.
Goldblum hasn't messed himself up, so he's.
You heard what they did to his character, though, dude? It's almost like a slap in the face.
No, what they
killed his character off.
Did they?
Independence Day. If you go to the official site, there's like a video and like they make reference to Hiller. I think his name is Captain Hiller. He died in an experimental flight with a high.
I was gonna say, was he an astronaut or something like that?
They showed the plane blowing up, and they interviewed with Smith, and he said he was kind of hurt by that. Bitch, you could have been in the movie.
Yeah, I'm sure they offered him a fucking spot in the movie.
You want to be Mr. Oscar chaser?
Yeah, he wanted too much money for it.
Yes, he did, and he's doing movies like After Earth or whatever it's called, and
he said yes to Suicide Squad and no to Independence Day.
Concussion.
He want to have the horrible Nigerian accent. You tell the truth. You tell the truth about the Concussion movie. Get out of here with that hot garbage. Anyway, I'm done.
I do have an honest question now.
What's up?
Casey Jones in the new Ninja Turtles movie. I think it's garbage.
He looks garbage, dude. His mask looks stupid.
We can do if you want an entire episode on 2016 movies. Anytime you want, but we can hop on there and do it. But this is the best of 2015, so let's cast out 2015 right now and say good night.
Yo, Paul, did you see Bebop and Rocksteady, dude? They look great.
I actually am excited about that.
Not to mess with you, Brian. Brian just took his headset off. He's done. Paul's pouring a beer. All right, so I guess we're gonna wrap up then. So, guys, I got nothing else. You guys got anything else?
No,
that's it.
All right. So I'm kind of depressed. I go back to work tomorrow after a shutdown.
So do I. 11 days off.
Yeah. So 2015's done, fellas. 2016 has a lot of good movies on and a lot of good movie watching.
I also want to say this. There's going to be more films from Newbreed Films coming out in 2016.
Yes.
We're going to do more shorts. There's going to be a little bit of a regrouping, if you will.
Mic. Somebody's dragging their mic.
He is.
Probably me.
Oh.
I don't have my concussion stand on here anymore because it's a different microphone. I'm not drunk, okay? There's going to be a little bit of a regrouping with the Newbreed Films crew. Everybody's going to be together in a couple months, and we're going to be able to actually do some more filming again. So it'll be nice. I can't wait. Look forward to it.
Sir.
Yes. Sorry.
All right. So I guess that wraps up 76, right, guys?
That's it.
All right. It was a good episode.
Oh,
back with
one quick little shout out to our sister podcast station, Real Fiends, which is run by Dave and Gil. They just hit their 100th episode. So give them props right there. I'm going to give you guys a little golf clap.
It's a cool.
Congratulations, guys.
I'm surprised it's not banned yet, but, you know.
Yeah, they are the same kind of thing as this. You know, we interchange. I've been on there a couple times, and it's just it's more of a chilled, laid back kind of like, you know, just kicking it to talking about movies, and it's a little bit more. Yeah, it's uncensored, and they have a good fun time on there. They get off on crazy rants about different actors and where they've been and stuff like that. It's not as it's not as like centered so much on the movie. They kind of just let it go, let it fly with whatever the topics are. So if you like kind of what we're doing here, they have like a little bit more of a relaxed kind of uncensored version of what they do there. So check them out there too. So,
but be prepared because it's
Yes, parental consent is advised. There is explicit content. It's not necessarily child friendly at all, even a little bit.
Yeah.
All right, guys. So back with 77. For you listeners, you can contact us at Newbreed Film Reviews 2014 at Gmail for any questions, comments. We have a Twitter that Paul runs. Paul, what's the Twitter?
At Newbreed, let me try this again. At Newbreed Film.
At Newbreed Film. Thank you for the plays and the subscriptions. We really appreciate it. I got nothing else. What you guys got?
Drop the mic on 2015.
That's it.
Boom.
Later, guys.
Later.
Later.